Mans was monkey branching from his original girl to her mother, and in what's a lot.
They're different species. They don't see it the same as us. It's some weird shit. Let them be them, bro. Don't be so judgmental, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? Welcome back to another video, you feel me, bro? I'll see what it is. It's Blue Bonnet Sunset in the building, bro. Here with a casual geographic video, bro. This is the funniest animal on earth. I'm sorry, bro. I wonder what it could be. Looks like some weird monkey, bro. And with that said, bro, without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe, bro. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And let's get straight into the video. You feel me?
Show me someone who's never seen this with their eyes, and I'll show you a child that got left behind. The school system's failing, and this is proof. Did you know the average kid in America doesn't know about this harmonizing homunculus? Arguably one of the greatest gifts nature ever.
I know about like 3-4 monkey. I mean, yeah, maybe 4 mandrills and drills. I found out about drills recently, so that's like 5. I know about chimpanzees, gorillas, mandrills, drills. I know 4.
Ever gave, yet they remain disrespected and unaccepted. Well, not today, you know. Someone has
orangutans, 5.
Up for this comic relief, rough draft, auditory onslaught of a primate, and you already know I will. I mean, that's a given. You're probably familiar with the great apes, but in case you're not, they include gorillas, chimps, bonobos, i.e. chimps with a different R rating, and this guy.
An orangutan.
Together, along with humans, they make up the great ape group. Great ape. The name only an ape could come up with. But along the way, someone got snubbed, and this is actually live footage of it happening. You are freaking great.
Why are they great apes instead of like just regular apes? What makes them great apes? Is it like the big 5 in South Africa where like these are like the national animals? Like people are not, like they're known. South Africa is known because of these animals. Not like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Oh, it's known for these animals. But is that what's going on? Is like these are the apes that everybody knows, so they're the big 4, or is it like something specific?
Plus Mark. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm rocking with Mark.
What the hell
Mark
is that?
Rocking with us.
Yeah, gibbons got gatekept from the great ape lunch table. Science says it's because of their relatively smaller size, lower intelligence. Ouch. And real talk, I think they're just too goofy for the other apes to want to be associated.
Did he just... Was he dookie, bro? Yes, I'm rewinding. Yes, I'm rewinding, bro. You can't tell. Yeah, he is dropping a dookie while trying to balance on the shit.
They're just too goofy for the other apes to want to be associated. But being tailless means gibbons aren't monkeys either, and instead got classified as lesser apes.
Wow.
That's already flagrantly flippant, but there's about 20 species of lesser apes. They're all gibbons.
Because they didn't have monkeys?
This drunk toddler of an ape was such an affront to the...
I know what kind of man you are. Whoever named them, I know what kind of man you are, bro. Watching you.
The family, folks created an entirely new category to put them in and slap them with the lesser label. Well, I'm gonna argue this tiger taunting, vocal cord flaunting, terminally trolling, usually barrel rolling primate might just be the prime ape. Now, to be fair, gibbons are that one weird kid in class. They're like the missing link between apes and monkeys, but if evolution went on a side quest. Gibbons break a lot of the rules of being an ape. They have low sexual dimorphism, meaning the males and females are about the same size. They don't build nests to sleep. They put in about as much effort as pigeons. They're monogamous, allegedly. We'll get to that. And they basically spend their entire lives in the trees. Could have sworn they let the orang slide for that, but that's none of my business. They're also anatomical anomalies with a wingspan worthy of an infringement lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm noticing, bro.
We call them lesser, but let's be glad they're still alive. Because uncovering a fossil that could jump rope its own skeleton, that Jumanji junk would have put us in another pandemic. You don't realize how long a gibbon's arms are until, well, one, you get slapped by one, but also until you put them next to a person for scale. But having joints longer than a prohibition for Peter Griffin is great for one thing, and it's kind of the thing gibbons are known for. Like I said, gibbons are completely arboreal, and there's actually a name for how they get from A to B.
Speak English, bro. Completely arboreal? What does that even mean, bro?
Brachiate. Calling it monkey bars is an insult. If you did this as a kid,
you need to go back to school.
Timing. These branch-loving acrobats are the fastest things in the trees without wings. At 35 miles per hour, the tree goblin can brachiate fast enough to get pulled over in a school zone. And they'll yeet themselves up to 30 feet between trees. Forget a leap of faith, that's a leap of fortune. Specialized shoulders and wrists allow them to treat the jungle as their personal gym. It also helps that they're built like a CrossFit cryptid with the longest arms of any ape. If the average 5'4" woman adopted its build, she'd flex a 10'7" wingspan. And if you lived like one, you'd be parkouring parkouring off the cables of the Brooklyn Bridge. But they're not free from fall damage, and it's estimated most gibbons break a bone at some point in their lives. It gets even crazier when you realize mothers will pull these stunts with a whole baby in tow. And speaking of babies, you know how we always say animals use play as preparation for the life they'll live? Baby gibbons will not only learn to brachiate by chasing each other through the trees, they'll also intentionally let go of branches to catch themselves. But what even makes gibbons play a lifelong game
they
of
learn?
floor is lava? Well, like orangutans, they realize it's way safer to have your ops be gravity and time than touch tiger country downstairs and get murked by a feline. Because gibbons would rather run away than run a Huh?
What would he?
Gibbons are actually extremely territorial, and that, along with them having a 99 agility stat, is how you get the only animal alive that can vibe check a tiger and live to do it twice. Technically, it's mobbing behavior meant to drive away a predator using the power of parkour, but the execution makes them move like Spider-Man minus morale. They're morale-less, but the only miles is how far they can drive.
That branch breaks off, cooked. He's so finished, bro. You see how he runs?
Delete button crazy. Show me a great ape that can taunt a tiger. Many have tried. Most have died. A whole apex predator and twig ninja just ear pulled them like a
wow.
And they don't play favorites. Gibbons have also been recorded harassing clouded leopards getting too close, although I'm pretty sure that one was trying to sleep and got hit with a long arm of audacity. Because if you think they only use their powers for protection, gibbons are the most unapologetic trolls in the animal kingdom. We told them they're the great ape's little brother, and now they've eliminated their personality. No other way to explain this. Porcupines are better protected against lions than versus a tree-happy instigator. Even a so-called great ape can end up looking pretty stupid around a lesser. Gibbons are an impulsive thought come to life. They don't think it, they just do it. Fun fact, this is the Memphis Zoo, that's Ringo, and they even warn you to stay off the glass because he'll literally injure himself trying to jump scare you. You know nature made you cracked when you're the only
he knows that he can't get you, he's trying to jump scare you. So he knows. Wow.
Can go band for band with a cat. With zero regard for feline rights, you've never seen a cat this outmatched. And they'll easily play Matador with your dog. I love it because there's no scientific reason for them to be like this other than gibbons are all about the dickery. Except with mice. You know, put a mouse in front of them and things suddenly stop being funny. But with arms like that, they'll always keep it humorous. But there is one animal that forms the most unlikely.
See, bro, do this. Get away.
Oh,
see that, bro?
But with arms like that, they'll always keep it
like
humorous.
that.
But there is one animal that forms the most unlikely friendship with them. Or maybe not. Because on paper, gibbons and orangutans actually have a lot in common. They live in the same area code, they're both for the trees, and orangutan actually translates to man of the forest. At the same time, some, like the Hulak gibbon, have been affectionately nicknamed the little man of the forest. But their personalities are so opposite, they honestly belong in a buddy comedy. Gibbons are hyper-athletic, flyweight, and the fastest moving animals in the trees. Orangs are the largest, the mascots of stoicism, and yo, I swear they could talk, they just don't want to deal with taxes. Polar opposites, yet time and time again, wild gibbons and orangutans have been caught playing with each other. I like to think the fact that they don't compete for the same foods means they don't really have a reason to have beef, and a lot of zoos will actually assign them together as roommates. Another reason orangutans are chill like that.
That nigga was having, this is a whole conversation, bro. This is a whole conversation. There's no way, bro.
Assign them together as roommates. Another reason orangutans.
That's somebody, yeah, that's somebody's mom, bro. I can tell.
Beef, and a lot of zoos will.
What did you do, bro?
Actually assign them together as roommates. Another reason orangutans are chill like that.
She said get the belt.
Gibbons suddenly get accepted into the Great Ape Club. I think you know who pulled the strings for them. And you think orangs would find a sentient sugar rush annoying, and that gibbons might find Bigfoot's understudy intimidating. But not only do they play with each other, they even trust each other with their own children. Orangs have quite the obsession with baby gibbons, and gibbons really be rocking with an infant Cheeto ape. There's even one gibbon in the Brookfield Zoo that'll leave his enclosure just to visit the orangutans next door. But there's at least one other ape gibbons bond with. In some places, wild gibbons will actually become habituated with humans to the point where they'll...
If I'm not yapping a lot, it's because I'm also learning just like you are, bro. I can't be pausing every 2 seconds to crack a joke, bro, and I just did that, my bad.
Drop by and groom their favorites. Galia was a Hulak gibbon who was famous because every day, she'd come down from the trees, hobble over to the locals, and provide a free hour-long salon service, starting with Pupeshwar Ningda, the man who protected her as an orphan. It hits different when you realize...
How many times did you try this name?
Pupeshwar Ningda,
who?
The man who
Did it say his name somewhere for you to learn it, or you trying to you hoping for the best? You hoping? Did you get it right?
Protected her as an orphan. It hits different when you realize grooming is how gibbons reinforce social bonds in a family. Now it is bittersweet since it likely took her entire
long ass fingers, bro,
And now that you're familiar with them, I think we can go ahead and meet all the types of gibbons, or as many as my attention span will allow. This is a Siamang. They're the heavyweights of the gibbons at a whopping 30 pounds. They're the ones with that throat scrub, or as I like to call it, the chesticle.
Why? And it does look like it, bro. It looks like some nuts. Bro got a expandable nut on his
amplifier to broadcast their call, and clearly nature had an off day when
expandable nut on your neck is crazy.
Looks like one of Ben's 10. As much as I like them, this would be terrifying to have fly over your head. It's a reminder that even the comic relief of the apes could scramble your face if they really wanted to. But I think nature knew it animated Slenderman's shadow a little too well, because it went ahead and gave them the most unserious vocal stim you've ever heard.
Is this what we were hearing from a lot of these like movies and stuff like that, bruh? They be having like, this is the sound we be hearing, bruh. Y'all hear what I'm talking about? Like, is it Black Panther? I don't know, bro. But y'all hear it though, right?
This is a northern white-cheeked gibbon, which definitely, for sure, is not venom, no matter how hard you try to perceive otherwise. And in case you're
curious, did he just walk up to the camera to slap
venom, it? No matter how hard you try to perceive otherwise.
I feel like I'd be scared, but after getting slapped by this, I'll be like, man, hell no, I'm slapping bro back, bro. I'm slapping bro back.
Born white after about a year or
all
two,
my fear goes out the window, bro. Ain't no way you walking up to me like that.
Eventually revert back to their cream colorway, proving the once widely accepted scientific theory wrong. You can go back. This is a Skywalker gibbon, and yes, they were discovered in 2017 by a group of scientists who apparently love Star Wars that much. The namesake of Luke was found in Myanmar, Southeast Asia, and it's believed there's less than 200 of them. But they're not as bad as the Hainan gibbon, which isn't just the rarest ape, but one of the mammals closest to getting discontinued, with less than 40 of them. The crazy thing is, it used to be worse. They went from a couple thousand in the 1950s to where you could count on both hands how many were left by the 70s. Again, we got the Hulak gibbon. I like their face. The silvery gibbon. I like their hair. Good thing they max out at 2 feet. Any taller we'd be having Yeti conversations. Yeah. And lastly, the pileated gibbon, because in my opinion, they have the coolest call.
I've heard this before. I thought it was a bird, bro.
Now at this point, you might be wondering, why do gibbons call at all? Well, that's the second thing they're known for. The reason for it, well, you have a lock on your door, some have a gate, but gibbons, nah, they mark territory off straight. It's actually the same reason male lions roar, to tell outsiders that they best keep it that way. Except gibbons will often do it as a duet, and sometimes they'll get the kids involved and make it a family matter. And they'll usually do it in the crotch of dawn, and if you live next to a zoo with gibbons, you've definitely heard it. And remember, they're territorial, so if you hoot back at them, you might just end up going band for band with a broadcasting tree siren. Hey, yeah, post-production cashier, don't do that. Not only will you offend them, it's like showing teeth to a gorilla, but gibbons are capable of doing something about it. In 2011, a gibbon escaped a Malaysian zoo after being taunted and severely mauled a child, and while I will spare you all the details, I will say his mom had to carry pieces of his thigh in a plastic bag. The odds are low, but they're not zero. So yeah, best keep the singing to the gibbons.
Crazy.
It's a big deal for them. They spend actual years of their lives perfecting it. It's very much giving albatross marriage dance. In some species, Mama Gibbon will help her daughters practice with their version of singing lessons, where the daughter tries to match her mother's pitch. For male gibbons, they learn by imitating the male figures around them. After years in the lab, they're able to come together and make the sound you've heard in every movie's jungle scene ever. There's something about the fact that males and females spend years perfecting their songs, and when they do come together, the songs just fit each other perfectly. It's
actually crazy that we're actually hearing where these sounds come from. I always thought it was some birds or something, bruh.
It's become a verbal vow renewal as the songs help reinforce their pair bond. And that's the third thing gibbons are known for. They're the only apes that are monogamous. Can you imagine a gibbon seeing another gibbon and just making it work? No other ape, not gorillas, chimps, definitely not bonobos. And you know most humans ain't about that. Entanglements be damned. Except, yeah, about that. So the whole monogamy thing came from researchers watching a group and witnessing a couple only getting active with each other. Except what they didn't realize was by being around these gibbons constantly, the gibbons eventually got used to the people and would get way closer than they usually would. The problem is the other gibbons that weren't as chill with humans would see this and treat the human habituated gibbons like the plague and avoid them at all costs. Honestly,
damn.
Good for them. But if gibbons do mess around on their partners, the researchers basically block them from doing it. Also, any cheater can look loyal for the weeks or months the researchers spent watching them. So, Ryan Palombit decided to study a gibbon family for 6 years, and this time, instead of habituating themselves to just one pair, pretty much all the groups in the area were habituated, meaning they could truly study gibbon free will. And when I tell you it was Real Housewives of Indonesia out there, I'm gonna tell you a story, but it will get messy, so I'm gonna need you to lock in or you will get lost.
Even the monkeys
so
cheating?
It starts with 2 gibbon families. Each one had a subadult, basically a teenager, and one had a teenage male and the other a teenage girl. And we're still talking about gibbons. Both teenagers left their respective families, got together, and found a new territory to live in. And that's when stuff got weird. Because the teenage guy gibbon also had 2 younger juvenile brothers, and for reasons beyond me, they moved in with Big Bro and his girl. To Palombit, that was already cause to pause, but it got wicked once the adult male from the female gibbon's original group, i.e. her father, disappeared. Because apparently a parent in past tense is a canon event. Well, with a sudden power vacuum, guess who filled in? Yeah, the same subadult male along with his baby brothers all moved into the female's group, and the teenager took his girl's dad's place. He then just moved back and forth between the 2 spots, meaning Mans was monkey branching from his original girl to her mother, and in what's a lot.
They're different species. They don't see it the same as us. It's some weird shit. Let them be them, bro. Don't be so judgmental, bro. Come on, bro.
More common than you might think. The mother and daughter had serious beef, and when things finally got too hot and the male had to pick a side,
Wow.
he chose the mother and fully moved in. The mom would have a baby that was likely fathered by her daughter's ex. As for the subadult daughter, that was the last time Palombit saw her. If there's a moral in this story, one way or another, Gibbon's gonna find a way to swing. There was also that time one in the Kujukushima Zoo in Nagasaki had people questioning everything after 12-year-old Momo got pregnant while being housed with exactly 0 men. They thought it was an immaculate conception. Folks thought she spawned Gibbon Jesus, until they did a DNA test and found the father was 34-year-old Ito, who thankfully was also a Gibbon. They still had no idea how they did.
I was about to say, oh shit.
To do until they found a 9mm hole in a steel plate between enclosures. That's 9mm. He really wanted that glory. The whole time we call them lesser when really we're not that much better than gibbons. I don't care what the literature says, they're great to me. Especially since we've probably done gibbons dirtier than any other ape. Remember Kalia? Well,
nah, 9mm. I was trying to click like how did he get past that? He can't get through 9mm. He glory hold that shit. He stuck his wiener in there. I was still trying to process. Did he even say that?
Not only did she lose her family, but after a kid taunted her with a slingshot and she finally bit back, the boy's father came after her with a shovel and she lost her life. This kind of thing actually happens a lot to gibbons. Not only do they get their homes knocked down and trees removed, a lot of times they get reduced to pets. It's to the point where virtually every gibbon is flirting with extinction. In fact, some like the hyena might as well be in bed with it. I don't like ending the video like this, but I feel like gibbons being so overlooked makes it that much easier for the atrocities against them to get buried. And if we don't lock in and spread the word, nature's one-man comedy special will be cancelled in our lifetime. But then again, does it not make sense for the comic relief to have the most tragic backstory? At the end of the day, gibbons prove that you might not be a great ape, but you're still a great ape. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother, support your local gibbons, and one last thing to take home, but this is important, always remember to
shout out to gibbons, bruh. Fire ass monkeys, bro. Fire ass monkey. What is this? Why does he look like that? Man, you gotta learn the rules to these monkeys. You can't smile at an ape, at a gorilla. It's gonna take offense because you're showing teeth and stuff, bruh. You can't make the sounds that gibbons make, or else you're offending them. What else they got, bro? Man, you need to give me a list of stuff that I cannot do before I go into a zoo at that point, bro. If they could get at me, I guess. And with that said, bro, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Shout out Casual Geographic. Go ahead, drop a sub for him, bro. Go like the video while you're at it. I already did it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe for my video as well while you're at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And while you're at it, bro, you could go watch one of these videos that are popping up on your screen right now, bro. And with that said, enjoy the rest of y'all day, man.